Betty.
Right, fucking dusty bin.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Service Live. Same thing as last week, but a little bit of oomph. There you go. I don't know what the oomph is, but there you go. You alright, you two?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you will be. You've just bought a guitar.
I have. I has just bought a guitar. I was happy.
What colour is it?
It's a very nice duck egg blue.
Duck egg blue. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice, that, because normally you see that Les Pauls and they're always sunburst.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Yes. I'm waiting for Dawn to say, "You've done what?"
And no, we're not starting a band.
No.
Yes, that is a hell of a shine. Thank you for noticing.
You've had a trim.
I polished it especially for the show.
What about your head?
You leave my shiny helmet alone.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone on the replay as well. Hope you're all right. Had a good week and all that good stuff.
Yes, had a busy week.
Yes, I've had a very busy week.
There's been we've had a little sort of inspection at work, so it's taken the whole damn week.
You have one a year, don't you?
Yeah, but it's a big one.
Keep you
There's
on your
parts
toes
of me
and all
being
that,
probed this week that I'm hoping don't get probed for another 12 months.
Oh, see.
As long as they lubed up, you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, Swarfiga. It's a manly inspection.
With the grit in.
Oh, with the metal bits, mate. None of this namby-pamby stuff.
Well, I swore.
And how's
not-
Betty
yeah.
since you've been home alone?
Oh,
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you recovered yet?
Oh, it gets fucking worse. They all come back with COVID.
No.
Joking.
Yeah. Fucking 3 of them.
You got enough Dettol?
Well, apparently today there was a few people in the hotel were coughing non-stop. When my cousin Christina, she took to her bed, was it in the Thursday evening? She couldn't talk. She was absolutely just done in, to be honest. So I picked him up on Monday afternoon, dropped Christina off at her house, come back home here. And Jules is sitting on the couch. She says, I don't feel too well. Cheryl and I jokingly said, I bet you've got COVID. No. I said, fucking tell her, I bet you've got COVID. Don't think so. I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just because Christina's got it anyway, I'm going to order some, what do you call them? Yes, test kits.
Yes, flow test.
So we had one sitting in the cupboard, but it's been lying there for quite a while. It dried out, so I wanted to go in. Anyway, cut a long story short, they came on the Tuesday, so we said to do a COVID test, and she said to Cheryl, she says, you better do one as well. Cheryl went, I'll be absolutely fine. She says, you better do one as well. She says, because the 3s were sharing the same room. So Jules did the old fucking up the bugle into the thing, me sat for 15 minutes, put it onto the little fucking display thingy, whatever the hell it is, a little test thing. Instantly, 2 lines. It's just like, that's not the 15 minutes isn't up yet. It says, Jules, it says, you're fucking that far gone. It took 15 seconds, no, I mean, fucking 15 minutes. And Cheryl's like, no. She says, mine's is clear. She says, I've just got the test line. And Jules said, did you set a 15-minute timer? She went, no. She says, mine's is absolutely fine. 10 minutes later, 2 lines were up, the 2 of them had it. So, fingers crossed. Don't get me wrong. I feel a bit like shit today, but I did a test earlier on, and I'm okay so far. But that's not to say come tomorrow or Saturday I start to go downhill. But anywho,
And the bad news is he swapped them out for pregnancy tests.
So what are you doing,
lives.
isolating in your room then?
Yes. No. What the thing is, I'm supposed to be back to work on Tuesday, so I hope to Christ I don't test positive, because I'm only back at work for a week and then I'm off because I get my carpal tunnel surgery.
No, yeah, better pray you don't get it before that.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Well, Dawn's full of the Rona as well at the minute.
Dawn's got COVID and all.
Yep.
Jeez.
Full-blown clap.
By all accounts, I mean, I've heard quite a few people saying it's rife at the moment.
That is rife.
And it's that new one. The new one is easier to catch, but allegedly is lower symptoms. It doesn't hit you as hard, but I would argue that.
Well, I would argue that as well after seeing Christina and the state. I mean, Jules basically spent all day in bed yesterday. She's in bed now actually as well. But what she found, that the first symptom that she got was her eyes felt really, really dry and then heavy. And then after that, her throat started to get the kind of itchy throat, and then she just started to cough. But she was really, really bad yesterday. She actually had to send her to her bed, and she went, which is unusual because she does fuck all when I tell her to do something.
I know Dawn, she's felt rough for about 3 weeks, but her breathing's been really bad this time.
See, that's the thing I need to watch about Jules, because remember she's still getting over that pneumonia.
Yeah. So her lungs are going to be as weak as hell.
Yeah, but maybe it's a saving grace that she has had the pneumonia, because she said 3 or 4 courses of antibiotics plus steroids. So maybe that's just gave her enough little boost to get her over this. It's not hit her as hard as some people. It's because it's literally it floored my cousin.
So
Although
was
she's
anything
testing
said at the hotel that she stayed at?
No.
Right.
But she says there was quite a lot of people around the pool coughing. She says there was people on the plane on the way out coughing. So.
And this is why we should shoot coughing people. It'll stop flu, colds.
Jill said herself, she says all the hotels the hotel that they were in, they had lateral flow tests readily available for anybody that wanted to take one.
Bloody hell.
So they know it's rife again.
Thing is, though, we're all expected to go into work now.
Yeah.
Well, depending on who you work for. I mean, my employer, no, they want you to take the time off till you show 2 negative tests.
Yes, I take that back, darling. Now won't shoot you. No, the NHS has said basically, so if you catch COVID, you can come into work, but you have to wear a mask. And it doesn't not get logged against your sick time now. So if you're off for 10 days and it takes you over, then they start all the rigmarole. Which seems a little strange given that we're dealing with patients. So if you see a nurse with a mask, just jump up, cross your fingers, and get away from me, you dirty bugger.
See, touch wood, I've never had it. I haven't had COVID yet.
I honestly can't say I've 100% categorically that I've had it. I think I might have had it, but at the time of the lateral flow tests weren't about at the time.
See, the only time that I was poorly in the October as COVID hit. The following, was it May?
Yeah, but that was that year in the January. Everybody, well, not everybody, but quite a lot of people took one hell of a cold.
See, we were all right then, but I mean, I was poorly from October until midway through November.
Patient X.
Still I was. I gave you the Chinese, and
he's not happy giving the world the SoulOhms. No, he gives them COVID as well.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
I was patient X.
But the thing is, though, I mean, ever since COVID, I don't really socialise. I've not really been anywhere.
Mm.
Or if I've been anywhere, so like supermarket, like we were on about, I've got a guitar. I wasn't there long, and I wasn't actually interacting with people.
I think that's the thing. I think the majority of people nowadays are, their social life has been drastically cut.
Mm.
I mean, my social life and Josie's social life it's to the supermarket and back the same as yourself, and that's about it.
Mm. I mean, we're going to go and see Sisters in November, and to be honest with you, I'm breaking my sound. I can't wait to go and see Sisters because I've never seen them before live. But it's so like that in that environment. I am nervous. I've got to admit, the anxiety when I talk about it makes me all flutter.
I think I just wear a mask because when Steve and I were there last year, there was a few people wearing masks.
Yeah. Come on, it's a sister's gig. Nobody's going to look twice.
Nobody's going to fucking see you.
Make sure it's a black one. You're fine.
Yeah, by the time they fire up the smoke machines, that's
Exactly.
all you'll just see is the lights at the back of the stage and stuff. That's about it. You won't see it. You won't see 2 inches in front of yourself.
I can't wait.
Look forward to it.
Anyway, nobody will be looking down, so you'll be fine.
I've got three gigs. No, 4.
Yeah.
What?
Just remember, I'm closer to your nuts than you are.
Aye.
Got an offer. Hey, trust me, mate, you'd still have to stoop down. I'm getting old.
They're just not quite dragging on the floor yet.
They came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, if I turn around too quickly, you'll get him on right on the side of your head.
Bless your little heart.
Who hit you? I don't know.
Are you going to say hello to these wonderful people?
I think I better had, because I think we've just shot Fee. Oh, no. Mouse, where are you? No, wrong mouse, that's why. There we are.
Martin,
It's
you're
all
probably
going
right.
smoothly, folks. Bill Richards, good evening, you handsome devil. Yes. Don W, from your sick bed. Hot walls. Facty M's, safe, dude. Hello.
Hey!
John the Builder, good evening, sir.
Mr. Umps.
And John Vaping Joker, good evening. Hope you're well, sir. Mark H, EVL, dude.
In it.
Before we go any further, Mark, why the pliers?
It's a bomb.
No, he was like this, and he's got a monkey wrench on his blooming side of his gob.
Did you not do it the other day? But was it a bottle of Lucozade or something as well?
Is he trying everything to see what he can hang on? Might be a new trend.
Probably.
I don't know.
Maybe he's trying to get in the Guinness Book of Records. See how much he can hang off his elbow.
Martin Saunders, saucy fellow, good evening. Mr. Anderson, dude, how's it going?
Mr. Anderson.
Shane Gibson, long time, dude.
All right, buddy.
And the ever lovely Queen of Vavavoom. Yes, Vapor Bunny. Now, I know for a fact there are people who are being missed out of that because my list went very short. So we've got Russ Morgan.
Yes, Bob.
Good evening. Hello. Don W. Faxi. Andy Carruthers. Good evening, dude. Go back up.
That's what she said.
Jay Dowd. Good evening. I know you're stuffing your face, Jane.
Yes,
Absolute.
Jane.
Kaz. Buggles.
Buggles.
Who else we got? Woods. Good evening, dude. JBJ.
I'm sure I saw a Colette.
Yeah, I thought I saw a Colette
Yeah,
as
I
well.
did see a Colette. Hello.
Colette. Buggles.
Buggles.
Yes. All these people slipping in my back door and I didn't even notice. Mick Beavers, dude. Huggles. No, definitely Huggles. If you haven't seen it, get yourself over to Mick's Facebook. There's a Just Giving regarding his daughter. I'm not going to go into it because it's not fair on Mick, but please get yourself over, have a read. If you can, just do a little bit. It's well worth it. It's definitely well worth it. Hope that's all right, Mick. And yeah, I think we've got everybody.
Cool.
And remember, BFG loves the thumbing. Yes, he does.
Yes, don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Sinner, looks like BFG wrestled a cat on Nan's dining table, lost the fight. The cat leaves a beard behind and finds himself wearing a shirt. You saucy git, Sinner. I know, Mick. I was really sorry to read that, mate. Yes, it's not good. But as I say, get yourself over. Or if you are friends with me on Facebook, have a look. I'll put the link on there for the Just Giving. It explains it all in there. Hopefully, we can get it up a bit. Right. Mr. Anderson, getting life back in order. Good. Right. Well, it's been a funny old day for the news. You wait for something,
And lots turn up.
bugger all, and it all turns up on a Thursday.
Mm.
Not arguing. So, what do you want to kick off with?
I will leave it entirely up to you.
Mr. Porter, anything you want to leave?
I'm easy. Just start at the top and work our way down.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll start off with the news about Google Maps, which is bloody horrific, to be honest. So, picture, if you will, a gentleman in the States.
It only could happen in America, though, wouldn't it?
It could. It literally, it could only happen in America. A gentleman in the States is in a neighborhood that he doesn't know. The weather's foul. It's dark. There's a bit of mist, a lot of rain. And he's following his Google map. And he's following his Google map. And he's following his Google map. And the next thing you know, his car's gone down a 20-foot ravine. So, following on from this, the family have taken Google to civil court in the States. Now, the first thing I know you're going to say, because I said the same thing myself, where were the warning signs? Where were the barriers? Apparently, this is a private road, and the bridge had collapsed, and there had been barriers up and warning signs, but vandals had removed them. And this road is operated by two private companies, and they've also ended up in court as well. But the local residents of the town had already reported this to Google Maps, and all they had got back was an automated email. Said, thank you for reporting it. We'll look into it. Nobody ever changed the GPS on this road. There was still traffic being sent down, and the locals were still reporting it. Unfortunately, it's ended up in this guy's death, according to the article.
It's a bit of a tough one, though, isn't it? I mean, let's face it. For argument's sake, not just Google, but TomTom and Garmin and all that lot. They are only... It's only a map. They can't see physically. All right, yes, I know you said that there was the incident was reported. But his driving as well? How bad must it have been, the weather, for him not to notice Or was he travelling at rather large amount of speed?
No, looking at this, the road literally just stops and there's a gap.
Well,
So if
we've
you
all got
didn't,
headlights.
yeah, but I'm looking at the picture of it now. There we are. That's the very picture I'm looking at. Now, from the view that I've got, that looks a lot less distance. And it's literally about
And
5 foot from the edge.
Yeah.
It's not good either way, is it?
No. The road literally
Well,
just disappears.
I mean, me personally, yes, you can put blame on the people that are looking after the road. Yes, totally. If they are responsible for them roads, then yes. But not Google.
No, I mean, I'm with Bill Richard. It's down to the owners of the land, the owners of the road, or who upkeeps the maintenance of the road. Yes, they have turned in and said that the barriers were stolen on several occasions. You put in immovable barriers. I mean, you're in the looks of that, they're in the countryside. Just get big rocks and boulders or whatever and put them right across the road and put signage up. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not rocket science.
Well, by all accounts, they did have a barrier, but it can't have been that brilliant.
It could have been that
No.
substantial, no.
It got shifted.
I'm with Betty. The responsibility lies with the people that maintain the road, who own the road, not Google.
100% I agree. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. You know what people are like? If it says it on Google Maps, it must be true. That's how people have ended up in the middle of bloody fields.
Yeah, but I mean, surely common sense. It doesn't matter what kind of sat nav you've got; they're not accurate.
No, because
100%.
The same thing happened a few years ago. It happened actually twice in England. A woman drove onto the train tracks and got her car stuck, and then I'm sure there was another chap drove off the end of a fucking harbour.
So people do just blindly follow them. The bit that gets me is the fact that it was reported by residents of the town and nothing was flagged.
Yeah, but let's face it, Google Maps, we're talking the world.
100%, but Waze, I can report speed camera, I can report roadworks, I can report a vehicle stopped, and it's on the map within seconds.
Yeah, Martin, Betty, but the landowners don't have as deep pockets as Google for US companies. I totally agree, right? But at the end of the day, they're the ones who are responsible for the upkeep of that road. So they should have made sure that it's some sort of immovable barricade that nobody could steal.
Yeah.
I mean, you see these things in America where they put it's those, was it that they call them wooden horses that they put up? That the police signs and things like that are on. It's the same kind of things that we've got here, these plastic things. You just lift them up and throw them away to the side. But if it was that bad, they've got those, what is it they call them in America, is it aerials? The concrete, like bollard things. Put two of them down, they're not going to shift in. So as far as I'm concerned,
it looks like it's in the countryside anyway, so I'm sure there's some big boulders knocking around. I mean, if farmers can blooming stop you from getting into fields with big boulders and that lot. How? I know it sounds daft, but how is the person that crashed? Are they
they're
okay?
dead.
They're dead, are they?
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fatal accident. So it's the family that are taking the companies to court. I would suggest that there is a possibility, unless there's some serious wangling by Google, there is a possibility that some blame will be affixed. Because according to the information given to the papers or the Beeb, it was reported multiple times that road was out. So I'm intrigued.
But
Mr. B,
how did they know he was following Google Maps?
Well, I'm guessing they must have recovered his phone.
But surely if it was in the river, it'd be gubbed.
Yeah, but my accounts on my phone, if you go onto my computer, you can see where I've been on Google Maps.
So,
Yeah, 'cause
was
you-
out of curiosity, is the road private, or was
Yes.
just the bridge private?
No, the road's private from the looks of it.
I mean, what's he doing? I mean, I know things they are different in the States than they are here. Why is it a private road? Is it just a backwater?
I'm guessing so. I mean, all I know is he was in a neighborhood that he didn't know about. And it was darkness, it was rain, visibility was poor. So he's following his Google map because he didn't know the area and ended up drowning in the creek.
It's a bit of a tough. It is a bit of a tough one, isn't it? Really. I mean, me personally, I think the onus belongs to the people that own the road.
100%, 100%. But I think when you're with something like Google Maps, I know it says it may not always be correct, and it does say that there is a disclaimer on it. But when it's been reported multiple times that this bridge is out, and it's a dangerous situation. If they, like I say, if Waze can put a parked vehicle on the M1 within seconds of you reporting it, it just seems.
But saying that, we had that problem with traffic control, didn't we?
Well, yes.
And look what happened there. Things. I mean, let's face it. We heavily rely on technology, and I think to the point that we are blind to common sense.
It's getting that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus
because let's
Christ,
face it, it's like a perfect storm, isn't it? That's just happened, a tragic happening, but it's a perfect storm. You've got Google Maps not updating the maps. You've got the gentleman himself
not knowing the area.
He could have been at fault. He could have been travelling at speed, and obviously his headlights didn't see the gaping gap.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
without you actually being there, a photo can be deceiving. Especially in distances and things like that, and how clear it was and how not clear it was, the view of it. And just taking a photo of a crashed vehicle doesn't give you the actual story of what actually happened.
No, and the fact it's upright against the other side, because that looks to be a good 20-foot gap.
Yeah, well, what have happened? The car's may come down on its nose, right?
Yeah,
and then
it's come down on its nose.
Come back.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
either
it's a tragic, but it's just one of them perfect storms, isn't it? Really.
This is it.
If you're going to put blame on anybody, you can put blame on all three.
Well, I mean, the thing is, an accident like that years ago would have been put down to an act of God. But now, if there's somebody that you can blame them, sue them.
Yeah.
I still think there is some. There's definitely something there. If it got reported multiple times as they're claiming, and they didn't put a road closed or whatever on the map, because they can do, and they have. There's something you've got to think about there.
I mean, let's face it, if that's just a single road in the middle of nowhere, surely they could have put multiple warnings a mile before it, or normally it's sort of like the next turning off to another.
And the thing is, I suppose you could even take that a step further with the residents who actually supposedly report it. Why did they not do something about it? Why did they not barricade it off? Why did they not put signage up?
Yeah, I mean, surely the locals use that road.
Yeah.
Hiya, Kev.
Kev. Hope you're feeling a bit better, buddy. So I mean, it's the list grows longer and longer and longer and longer.
It does, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you're driving the vehicle, then you're responsible.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, Google Maps did not make them go down that road.
Exactly, Martin.
But did it? Because if he was following the suggested route, and I've done this,
But the thing is, as Mark said earlier on, what kind of speed was you doing? Because if you were going down a road that you didn't know, and it was a country road,
it's peeing it down.
didn't matter where it was, pissing for the fucking heavens, and you weren't sure where you were going, you wouldn't be travelling at speed.
No. Which
You
is
wouldn't have thought so, would you?
why my comment about where the car ended up. But anyway,
It's a very tough call, that one.
it's one of the only times other than privacy issues, it's one of the only times I've read about Google taken to court over something like that.
I've never heard that one before. I mean, let's face it, this must have happened to people like TomTom, Garmin, the main sat-nav companies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, TomTom were notorious for their maps leading you into the wrong places. I mean, I had one, and we asked it for no main roads, and it ended up trying to take us down a bloody field track. Because I ended up reversed after 10 yards into the field. I was like, "Oh, sod this." I'll take me risks.
But surely, at the end of the day, you are responsible for you and your vehicle. Surely.
100%. Had the tyre blown out. Yeah, and it was down to poor maintenance. It would have been classed as a driver's fault.
Yeah.
Again, I feel for the family. I really, really do.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's a tragic accident, and it is an accident. But
it's interesting, especially with all this going off currently about all the internet safety and the government's trying to interfere with Google, etc. It does raise some questions, doesn't it? Evening, Steve.
There's Bill putting a comment. I hate to say it, but Google Maps does not select private roads on journeys unless you select the route.
That's in the UK. I don't know about whether it'll do it in the States or not, because it might have different settings. But no, that's. I mean,
let's face it. Do their private roads have tolls in America?
That's another good question. But if you're looking for the shortest route back, I mean, God, I've done it. If I end up in the middle of nowhere, I'll just blindly follow the Google Maps.
Well, yeah, you've got no choice in the matter, have you? I mean, let's face it, we live in a small blooming country where it doesn't matter where you are, you're roughly about 75 miles away from coast.
Well, this is it. It's normally
and
pointed
you go
to the
somewhere
sea.
like America and jeeps. Yeah, I mean, that's one huge place. So, to put a sat-nav in, you might be travelling for hours on the same road without even,
Oh, I mean, look where Fee is, RSA. That's exactly the same. It's not like England.
No.
If you get lost out there, you are screwed. Yeah, and I'm sure there's not a Google van somewhere in the middle of the middle of the notes. So if you use shortest distance setting on any navigator, Mr. B, I use shortest distance all the time, dear.
Anyway, what's your next topic?
The next one, and leading on with the, they're all a bit techie tonight, but this one really did catch my eye. Elon Musk, the man who wants us all to take to space flight as long as we're sort of semi-millionaires, has a company called Neuralink, which are developing the first brain-computer interface. Now, it sounds a bit cyberpunk, but as you go further into the article...
It's a good read, actually.
It is. It's for the paralysed. The thing that caught my eye was they actually have been given approval for the first human clinical trial. So the way this would work is very similar to the visual cursor movement systems that you've got. So currently, it will look at where your eye movement's pointing and move the cursor. What this is a chip that they implant into the brain, and it actually reads where you're thinking about moving your eyes.
They're like, from reading the article, they're like nanoids, aren't they? They're they're thinner than human hair that they actually put into the centre of the brain for movement. Well, I thought it was fascinating.
It'll read the electrical impulses, and then the cursor will move on the screen and select whatever option you want. This could be amazing. This could be a nightmare waiting to happen. Because if you start wiring up anything electrical into the brain,
I think it's going to be absolutely amazing, because especially the criteria that the people that they're going to test it on are people that have got spinal damage.
Yeah.
yes,
So the fully functional brain, but obviously the signals from the brain to the rest of the body is zero.
see, and Graham's just made the comment, and it's what I was thinking. So it's for medical at the minute, but the military implications and the rest of it, can you imagine it where it becomes the next fashion accessory? So,
It will happen.
we've talked about ID, and you were saying about just pop a chip in me.
It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
For medical, it sounds brilliant. It's the other aspects of it. Because once you start putting chips into your head, you've got to wonder what else is going in.
Yeah, and then it's where does it stop?
Exactly.
Also, another thing you've got to think about, what about evolution of the human race? Is that a way forward for the human race evolution?
It's not evolution.
It's not evolution.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Evolution is the body.
Yeah, no, that's
evolving,
natural. What you're
that's
saying is
natural
natural evolution. I'm on about the human evolution. To increase our brain capacity and to do other things.
But the thing is, you don't need to increase your brain capacity.
Trust me, an hour on Facebook and you definitely know.
Well, there's some folk that don't even have a single fucking brain cell. But they say we don't use all of our brain capacity anyway.
We do. Yeah, we do. It's a load of rubbish, that. It's a false...
It's a myth.
Yeah, it's a false thing, that.
The 10% thing.
But why fuck about with the most complex computer in the world?
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
because we're human. We like fucking about with things like that.
Yeah, but let's be right. It's like putting a Halford spoiler on a fucking Bugatti.
Oh, yeah, I mean, let's face it. Yeah, look, this isn't new. I mean, we've been messing about with the human brain for God knows how long.
Yeah,
but
this takes it to another level, though, Mark.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course it does.
Christ almighty, we've all watched fucking sci-fi movies, and we've saw what happens with them, and that's just from somebody's imagination.
Yeah.
Now science fiction's becoming science fact.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not condoning it or uncondoning it.
Don't get me wrong. If fingers crossed, and I hope it works, and I hope it gives the likes of paraplegics and quadriplegics some sort of independent life on their own. It gives them a bit of mobility back, albeit. But the thing that concerns me is, where does it go from there?
Like I'm saying, it's the
Do you know what I mean?
evolution of humans.
Could it be a case of, right, I'm just thinking here, right? This is just how my fucking mind works. You've got prisons full of prisoners, lifers, who have done untold fucking Christ knows all what. Stick a little chip in their brain. You can send the bastards anywhere because you've got full control over what they do. Do they stick it into newborn children? As soon as they're born, that little fontanelle up, the little soft bit, open that up, fire one in. They're controlled for the day they're born.
But the thing is, though, I mean, you can go the other side where you're messing about with genetics as well. That's just biological reprogramming.
Yeah, sorry, my computer's crashed here.
We've all heard of designer babies and things like that.
Yeah.
That is no different because it's biological, not technological. There is no difference really.
But this is the other thing. You're putting something made of silicon into an organic machine. So the chances of it being rejected.
I mean, let's face it, none of us want to be a Borg.
No.
I mean, none of us want to be that. But it could stem the way forward to advance the human species.
See, it's nanotechnology that scares me.
You see, Freud would say, right, we are the most forgetful people out. We are. We continuously forget stuff. As brain makes up stuff to try and remember things. And it's known fact. Imagine if you could actually remember things from 20 years ago. Clearly.
You think
it's ideas like that make scientists think, yeah, I won't mind trying to find out if we can do that.
And then again, that would help dementia and Alzheimer's sufferers.
Exactly.
It would, but again, those are specific cases. Once it goes from the medical into the leisure market, and it will happen. You know,
I think we're a fair way off the leisure component of it.
I don't know, because if you're doing the memory storage, what's to stop you recording what's coming in on your optic nerve?
Exactly.
So then there's all sorts of. Can you imagine what the porn industry would do with that?
Oh God,
Trust you?
No, seriously, what's been the main driver for the internet?
Porn.
A lot of that's been the porn. So something like that can record what you are seeing. God almighty, we think we've got problems now with spy cameras. Yeah.
Oh, I need to put blinkers on and go for a pee.
Well, this is it. And if it's electronic, it's hackable.
The thing is, though, I mean, you're on about that. I mean, we've seen sci-fi movies where they plug the sends in and they can watch a film, be interactive gaming and things like that. It will eventually happen. If we can crack it, it will happen.
What happens when it breaks down?
You sue Google.
You start picking up constant signals or high-pitched whine or whatever. We know that sends people over the edge.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you're not even an argument there. What we're on about is sort of like, if they can hack the brain so you can play your Medal of Honor or whatever game and you actually feel like you're physically there, that's worth billions.
Yeah, but then think about where the fuck did this one come from? If you don't pay your TV license, you're going to get a little fucking vans coming around and chat to the side of your head. By the way, you've not paid your TV license. You take that out.
This is it. I mean, God Almighty, if it ever got to the point where we were enhanced with chips, etc., in the brain, Big Brother would be the last of your worries.
I think it's going to happen eventually.
I think it's never going to happen in our time.
Oh no, not in our time.
No, not in ours.
Well, it may not happen in your time. It may happen to me. I'm living forever. Me, fuck it. I've made my mind up. I'm going to be a miserable bastard for a millennia. See how long the beard gets then, eh?
You'd be tying it around your waist, man.
I'd be like Tom Baker. Fucking
It's just, it really is a terrifying thought.
Yeah, but not only that, you've got addiction as well included in it.
Mm.
I mean, you think about how many people are addicted to their Xboxes and things like that. and that's not as immersive as it would be if it was straight directly in your brain.
Can you imagine social media? Gordon Bennett, no.
But we are thinking in terms of what's going off now, how society is now. That could actually change how society is completely.
Yeah, because everybody's under the control of the guy in the suit who hasn't got the chip. No.
Yeah, it's like Graham says, people want it to happen. Right, for argument's sake, you're talking almost cyborgish. Yeah. What happens about making people stronger than what they are?
We're one step away from the chuffing pitchforks. You said so yourself last week.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. We're talking about science here, though, and the science that they are doing now, the groundbreaking that they're doing now, is the evolution of the human species.
The human body is a machine. Machines have tolerances.
And machines can be hacked.
You can push a tolerance higher, but it will cause the machine to break down quicker.
Irrespective, if you're going to make it so your muscles are stronger and that they could alter it.
Well, you'd have to physically replace it.
Cyborg.
So now you are into the realms of cyborg. Sod that. That's not human.
Yeah, but it is. It's human, and it's human nature that's going to do that. It will happen. If you can increase your IQ...
Why would I?
I'm not on about why would you. We're asking if you could. Not at 52. I'm on about when you're young. A higher increased IQ. Your brain capacity is better.
The only driver I can see is that it'd be like a bloody college degree. So if you got a better job because you had a college degree, I'm not worried too much. We can't produce a stable internet signal yet. That'll come. That will come.
Yeah, we can already alter muscle mass. Yeah.
Yeah. You can do it with various roids and
I always look at it
powders
with science and anything like what we're talking about. If you can think it, there'll be somebody out there trying to make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
There was only, a few years back that a bloke had, well, they have had chips in the hand and they had to have it where they worked. And this chip was their identification. It opened all the doors, everything, turned the lights on, everything. All done by this chip. You wanted to use one of their computers, you had to have a chip. And there were a big lawsuit that went off about that. So it's already happening.
Mr. Anderson, I'd love to get my IQ into double figures. It's going to come. It's going to come. We've already got the rings with the chips in and all the rest of it. Fine. Not a problem. Great. Somebody asked me whether I want to replace bits of me. No.
Yeah, because we're all old farts.
No.
Yeah, we are. We're old farts. We're set in his ways.
The only place that I know I can trust, and this is going to sound harsh, is the bit in between my ears. Yeah? Because...
And that's really unreliable.
It is. It is.
It's
you
extremely
overthink, you do all sorts of
unreliable.
anxiety, all the rest of it. However, it's me.
No, I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
See, that's a different argument altogether.
Mm.
You're talking about morality. You're talking about individuality, all that kind of stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the science.
Yeah, and the science, this science enters in.
Oh, you know it's official. He's tapping on his blooming table now.
You put the chip in the head, yeah? How do you know it's you?
How do you
I
know
know what they tell you.
How do you know you're you now? For all we know, we could be living in a matrix.
Because I took the red pill.
But did you?
Dave Hodgson is the glitch.
But like they say in the Matrix, what is reality?
100%. It's your interpretation of the signals that you receive.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I don't fancy putting something in my head that allows somebody else to put a signal in there.
Jesus Christ, I wish I had some dope, man. This is fucking heavy shit tonight, like.
Oh, this is a good one. So, we'll leave this and we'll move on to other forms of influencing. TikTok.
Ooh.
Friend on the shitter.
Not mine.
Is it a friend?
It's not my friend.
Ex-employees are claiming that online frenzies have been caused by TikTok, according to a BBC Three investigation. So therefore, it must be true. It is the BBC. These frenzies, where TikTok drives disproportionate amounts of engagement to some topics, are evidenced by interviews with former staffers, app users, and BBC analysis of wider social media data. Well, that's nice and precise, isn't it?
So basically, what they're doing is TikToks is influencing your
algorithms.
Your thought.
Yeah, that could even go back to, as Steve said, it kind of links to the topic that we were speaking about previously. So you're actually being influenced by something outside your own control already, without having a chip in there.
Yeah.
Now, there was a very interesting interview with a young girl. And you remember that woman that drowned in the river?
Yes.
She was one of the authors of a video which claimed that the so-called photo of the woman leaving the house was actually her friend, Emma, and that the husband must have done her in. Yeah? Now, completely false information. But like she said, she'd seen all these videos up on TikTok and thought, I'll have a piece of that. Put up the video without ever thinking about the impact on the family or anything else. And she said it wasn't until afterwards, when it all blew up on her, that she started to appreciate what she'd done, the impact it had, and the fact there were consequences. At the time, it seemed like a good idea.
Yep.
That's a terrifying prospect.
But the thing is, though, as well, we spoke about it the other week about social media. The thing is, what's happening now is if a narrative is being pushed, you can't help but think, yeah, I don't like that person because they've done such and such, because it's been pounded upon you, not fully consciously as well, because they're good at that. It's almost subliminal.
Yeah.
They push an agenda and you end up having an opinion the same as the agenda.
Yeah.
Facebook does the same.
Oh, yeah, they all do it.
You, that person, have then become judge, jury, and executioner because of what you've read, of what you've been told.
Yeah.
And the person could be all innocent, whatever. But the thing is, it's not just things like that. I mean, I know that the girl who obviously drowned in the river, but it was shocking. But it's the other things. They see some fucking idiot vaping Tide Pods, or somebody's shoving raw that spice, I can't say it, into their gob and things like that. So what happens then? All the youngsters all follow suit. So they've got all that to put up with and contend with as well. But then again, are the parents going to sue TikTok?
They'd have a job.
Well, it'd be interesting, because if you could prove the link, you could do it.
There
you go. That takes us back to the very first.
I can't see how you can.
If you
because
can show...
who owns TikTok?
That's a good point.
China.
Really?
Yes. That's why I believe TikTok is been banned from quite a few American states And also, I believe that the White House personnel are not allowed to have TikTok either.
Ah, interesting. TikToker in court over social media video ban. TikToker known as Mizzy was remanded in custody after being charged with breaching a court order imposed after posting a prank video. So they are going after people, individuals, not just TikTok. But I'm intrigued. TikTok seems to be infested with clairvoyants and godbotherers. I'm channeling Mystic Meg. No, I mean the story this morning on breakfast, and it was on breakfast. They put quite a bit on it. They will do because it's a BBC Three, and they want you to watch the program. Ah, there we are. Yeah, Chinese CCP. What they were linking it to was that theft of that string of shoplifting in London, which damn near caused a riot. No, I wasn't aware that that had occurred. I mean, I don't particularly Septic Peg and the Dog Potterers. There's the name for a band if ever I heard one. But there was also some link with TikTok with the Paris riots, where the Algerian guy got killed by the police.
All right.
There was a lot of blood. Now, all that came from ministers. So whether that was just a bit of scapegoating or a bit of presumption on their part. But it's interesting that TikTok's algorithms are being picked out. What about YouTube's algorithms?
YouTube's algorithms have gone weird. Because the stuff that I'm getting shown now is, weird.
Or Facebook. I mean, we've all been there. You talk about something in a room, and 24 hours later, you're being shown adverts on Facebook.
Yep.
Now, there is some sort of mental condition for that. There you go. During COVID, my mate put a video on TikTok about serving a Chinese takeaway. It got 1.5 million views. I could really kill for a takeaway.
Right, if you was all wondering what I was doing here, I've just had a beautiful message from Jane from Shy Tarts. She'd like to do us a giveaway.
Girl.
Thank you very much, Jane.
So thank you very much. So what I'm going to do, because it's past already, which is cool, I'm going to put it in the chat. So what you need to do, if you'd like to win, I believe it's 4 bottles of Shy Tots, I will put the link there. If you put that name in there. So thank you, Jane. That's awesome of you. And we'll roll it once you've put Shy Tots in there. Sorry, do apologise for that.
UK only again?
Yeah, UK only.
Oh, it's all good stuff as well.
Oh,
you can't go wrong with a bottle of Shy Tots.
So you two carry on while I'm doing this.
Do-de-do. Indeed, where were we? Oh, yes, Paris riots. So, was that the government just sort of trying to place the blame at the social media's feet? Because, I mean,
let's face it. I mean, you can go on from quite a lot of different topics that I'm not going to start spouting off that are media influenced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fueled by media.
Yeah, extremely fueled by media. I've noticed as well. I'm gonna try and put this very diplomatically and careful. People have been accused of doing something by other people, and then all of a sudden the media frenzy, and it is a frenzy, until the person or both parties have been sorted out and one person has been actually found guilty of said thing. No, it's all about the person that's done assumed to have done something wrong.
Johnny
And
Depp.
there's a
Perfect.
lot, loads of it.
Well, there was the thing. I mean, even going to the Johnny Depp thing, right? I mean, the judge even said, and there's been a lot of like trials in the Old Bailey and things like that as well. And the judges on those cases have actually turned around and said to the jury, don't read anything on social media.
Mm.
Please, for goodness sake, don't do it, because they will basically change your mind to what you're actually thinking or what they want you to think.
Now,
Okay.
Bill,
Shall we draw the shy tots?
I think we should. I think we're good.
We're good. I think everyone's put it in. So rolling. Remember, this is UK only. Mr. Anderson, congratulations.
Nice one. Now, Bill's put a few rights around Europe are being controlled by messaging on social media. That was actually proven. Was it social media or was it Telegraph? Because those are two very different things, as is WhatsApp. That's brilliant, Paul.
Yeah, well done, Paul.
So, Mr. Anderson, you need to message Jane at shytots26@gmail.com. So, congratulations. Yay.
That is exactly what David Bowie said.
What's that?
The internet's the best and worst thing.
Oh, yeah, totally. Want to give Jane a big shout and say thank you very much for
Definitely. Thanks, Jane.
Yeah, thanks, Jane.
Buggles.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the internet is it's always been... I think it's worse now. I mean, we talked about it the other week, but I think it's worse now than it's ever been. Because the social media is judge and jury now.
Yes.
But all it is a reflection of us as a species. At the end of the day, it's an electronic mirror of the human race.
Oh, yeah, of course it is, totally. I mean, we are still the pitchforks and blooming torches.
Yeah.
We're only a step away from that anyway. And we like a good gossip, and we like to hear a bit of scandal. But it's got to the point that until the person... Once upon a time, it used to be innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
But that's gone out the window completely.
Mm-hmm.
And also I've noticed as well, for argument's sake, you do something that's not pleasing the majority of social media and society, they not only will throw you over the coals, they will destroy your career.
Mm.
And they're not happy unless they've actually destroyed your career.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can get somebody that's been in the social media, TV, films or whatever, probably 40, 50 years. They do a misdemeanor, and that's it. They want to be... you've got to destroy them completely.
Did something similar not happen? I can't remember if it was in Scotland or England, that it got around on social media that a certain person had moved into this area, and he was a convicted paedophile, and he was on the sex offenders list, and he wasn't. But basically, it was hung, drawn, and quartered on social media. He was actually hounded out of the town that he'd moved into, and it was mistaken identity. It wasn't him.
No case of that in the town where I live. One of these pedo groups posted up this guy's name and address and where he lived and all the rest of it. Unfortunately,
Sammy, it might have been. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. It might have been.
They got this guy with the same name who lived one street behind it, ended up with bloody bricks going through his window. So yeah, it's scary, man. I just, why are we as people, and I'm not saying individuals, but as people, so quick to jump on it? Doesn't it show there's something lacking there?
Mm. Well, I mean, we've said it many a time. It's sort of like, look at this hand, and you can't see what this hand's doing.
Exactly.
And haven't you noticed, we are spoon-fed a topic,
Mm.
and that's all they'll talk about. So you, for argument's sake, we watch the BBC News 6 o'clock news, which is their main evening news, besides obviously the 10 o'clock one. But it'll be the same topics.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
3,
same
maybe
stuff.
4, and it's this continuously, and it's almost like verifying that what they've been telling you is correct.
Yeah, but it never used to be like that.
No,
What you saw in the morning shot was not what you saw at the 6 o'clock. And it was probably something completely different on Nationwide after that.
now it's every 15 minutes. There's the same stories with
Yeah.
the same articles, with the same, yeah.
Well, you know what that is, don't you? That's so that people can just dip in and dip out. And
Yeah, but that's another problem with society, isn't it? We do a lot of dipping in and dipping out. That's why we only read headlines. We don't read the actual article.
see, that's why I miss libraries, because you used to hear shit and then you go off and find a book on it and have a read.
That's one of the reasons why I don't buy a newspaper or watch the news.
I haven't bought a newspaper in years.
Ironically, me and my dad were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
My dad buys a newspaper every day, but my dad's not on the internet.
See, it kills me because, I mean, I remember my granddad, absolutely avid Sun reader. Sun, news of the world, and if it wasn't in those pages, it didn't exist. And it got quite territorial at one, like if you were somebody that read the Times, then you were to be chastised, It wasn't the Sun. It was a funny old bugger, I'm sure he just bought it for the tits, but
Well, tits he could get away with.
well, yes.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Sam Fox. Linda Lusardi. Oh.
Anyway, let's get back on. Losing the topic.
No boobies make people happy. It's a scientific fact.
Yeah, neutrality, anger and hate, trump love and happiness when it comes to views.
Views equal
totally
money,
correct.
100%.
You are totally right.
It's a drama theory again, isn't it? Drama sells.
Yeah. That's why we have low figures, because we don't do drama.
We like that. I'm actually very proud of that we don't.
We don't. I will never do drama. Never have.
See that bugger in the corner?
See that puddle of spit? That's your swimming pool.
No, I mean it's just not
we round it up, and we've been doing these sort of like more topical discussions for a few months now, and we still round it up to we are living in a world that we never grew up in. It's a totally different world. It has different rules now. It has different guidelines. It's just so different.
We are now our parents and grandparents.
Yeah, but that scares me because we're the top of the bloody social ladder. You remember when you were a kid and someone went seriously tits up? And you always had that comforted thing. Dad will sort it out. Mum will sort it out. Whatever, I can't be expected to do anything. I'm a kid. Yeah. We're in shit.
The tables are definitely turned now, aren't they? The fucking kids can show us a thing or two.
I mean, there's that Facebook post. If it ever gets to a point where people are looking to me for advice, we're in trouble.
He's right, though, isn't it? I mean, we are our parents now.
I'm amazed by some of the stories we've done tonight. The Elon Musk one, I think it's fantastic. I think it's the idea that, as you say, somebody that's paraplegic, quadriplegic, whatever, can gain some form of autonomy. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic.
It'd be great for alcoholics as well, wouldn't it? Imagine you get out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, absolutely bladdered out your skull, and you just press a little buttons on your wrist, and that little chip kicks in that takes you home while you're like that.
Yeah, but I mean, for science like that, I mean, Stephen Hawking's.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had that genius if it wasn't for the beginnings of that technology.
100%. And this is a natural progression. And I fully appreciate that. I still think it comes with caveats.
I think anything to do with science comes with it. There always has to be that moral ground. But you've always got to remember there's always people that don't have that moral compass.
Yeah, and that's what worries me.
Well, it's like when we was on about designer babies and things like that. It's going off. Cloning, it's going off. It's probably not in this country, or it'll be going off some remote island where there's dinosaurs.
But the driver for that will be the multimillionaire.
Because
and you're into the realms of the wet sleeve then. So the consciousness lives forever, thanks to electronic recording, and it just gets moved from body to body.
Yeah. What was that program? Carbon something. Yeah, carbon. That was good.
I know it's a sci-fi idea, but
let's face it. When we say, "Oh, it's a sci-fi," "Oh, it's only in science fiction," Terminator, all that, you don't have to look far. Altered Carbon, yeah, bloody brilliant.
Thanks, Paul.
You don't have to look that far to science fiction to see what we've already got now. I mean, you look at Star Trek. Yeah.
The handheld scanner, that's the granddaddy of the idea for the notepad.
Of course it is. Our communicators has outpassed his communicator.
Yeah. Because
I mean, let's face it, when Kirk opened his communicator up, he didn't have Snake on it, did he? So the old blooming Nokia Billy beats his.
Is that a euphemism? Well, the Nokia phone now, compared to Christ, there's more computing power in one of those babies than there was in Apollo 9.
Yeah.
You know, it's absolutely crazy the way things have exploded. The problem is, should we be slowing it down?
But that's not down to us. That's down to the powers that be and the bigwigs in business, and they won't slow it down.
Of course not.
Because that should be down to society, which is us.
But
let's face it.
It's a consumer society, though, Steve. Yeah. That's the thing.
It is.
So if companies out there are going to keep pumping out this AI, you know, and it's going to get more sophisticated as years and decades go on, people sitting behind these things, they're going to buy it.
But the thing is, the AI now is free. When it starts giving people an advantage, that's when it's going to start being a monthly charge.
So that's capitalism.
Yeah, but it takes it out of the hands of those that can't afford it.
Well, it's still capitalism.
Yeah, it is. But surely that should be available for everybody.
No, that's communism.
Stress media, my friend.
Tonight I am Nico Barkalov.
With my sister on your back, you bitch.
That's the way of the world. I mean, it always has been. The strongest wins.
No, the one with the most money wins.
Yeah, the strongest.
But the person with the most money still dies.
Oh yeah,
unless he's got a chip in his head.
Yeah.
That then gets shoved into a clone.
Yeah.
But this is.
I didn't want to be a sheep. You said I was going to live forever, but not in a bloody sheep.
Yeah, you know my luck, I come back as a fucking talkie toaster.
Well, I mean,
What's
you're
a
on
ti-
about
what's a
living
toast time?
forever. How many places in America that they've got deep freezed people that are just waiting for them to be rethawed when they can find the cure for whatever they died of? And they spend billions and billions of dollars on it.
Yeah, cryogenics.
One
That was
born
a
every
fa-
minute.
Well, that was a famous one, wasn't it? Apparently, that Walt Disney's head was kept in cryostasis for. Was it supposedly under the Cinderella's castle or something like that at
Something like that.
Disneyland or some shit like that?
I mean,
But
come on. When people are thinking like that, anything's possible. Anything is possible.
But the cryogenics, yeah, they're going to have to find a way of curing the cell damage caused by the freezing before they do.
Have you watched Demolition Man?
Have a joy.
Yeah, and look at the way he spoke when they thawed him out.
I just don't fancy using the 3 shells.
See, we've seen it. You know, I mean, especially people that have been in the prison, whatever, for a long lifers. You send them out into the world at the end of that long sentence, completely cut off from all these advances and all the rest of it. It fries their head. It's a scary prospect. You know, do you think somebody from 1900 would be able to operate in today's society?
People from the 1970s can't do it. So.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I'm there.
Right, guys, are we going to wrap this one up? It's nearly 10 to.
I think we should, dear boy. The Symptoms Cryogenics episode after whose lives not been kind to you, and it's like a day later.
Yeah. Just remember, folks, you heard it here first. You have been warned.
What? Thumb it.
Right, Betty, say your goodbyes.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's been quite a heavy one this week. I was getting a bit. We could have carried on with that, and things were getting a bit. Oh, wait a wee minute, this is getting a bit fucking scary here now. No, stop now, please, for Christ's sake.
Hang on a minute.
All right, I'm going to bed tonight and plug myself in.
Big thank you to Jane.
Yeah, big thank you to Jane, and well done, Mr. Anderson, for running. If you fancy more of the same, see what topics we come up with next week, and please, guys, give us your input. Keep giving us your ideas, and we'll have a look at them, and we'll see what we can do. Because at the end of the day, you guys make this show. We're only the 3 faces on this screen that talk
Waffles.
shit for an hour and a half. So anyway, on that note, tune in next week for more of the same, and I shall hand it over to my good friend Steve.
Thank you, sir. Chat, thank you for joining us. You didn't have to, you did, and you came back, and it's fab. And it was lovely seeing Shane, etc., in tonight. I love the way Graham popped up when we started talking tech. It's great. Jane, massive thank you. And congratulations, Paul. It's lovely that you got that. Yeah, like Stevie said, if there's something you want to talk about, get it on Facebook, email us, whatever. We will listen more than happily. Martin, do us a favour. Anything you've got on Bigfoot, send it across. Let's have a look.
Yes, we'll have a talk about Bigfoot.
Yeah, because there's plenty of other stuff that can go in with that. Because there's
Big Willies.
stuff on it.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's genetic enhancement again. God, can you imagine if a bloke ever invents that? You'll never be able to fucking walk. And on that note, I shall hand you over to the gaffer.
Guys, thank you for a fantastic show. It's been ace. I'm really loving these topics that we're now doing. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Guys in chat, you've been absolutely amazing. I want to give an extra thank you to Jane Shy Tots. Thank you so much for the short notice giveaway. It was absolutely awesome. So thank you very much. Right, like they've all said, if you've got a topic that you would like us to talk about, something to discuss, you think everybody else would be interested in as well, you can either drop us an email, which is the Oohm Service Live Show. I'm having to look at it myself. The Oohm Service Live Show at gmail.com, or you can go to our Facebook group and put in there as well. So you've got plenty of places to get in touch with us. You can even private message us if you want to keep it anonymous. I don't mind that bit. Obviously, we'll not say who brought the topic up. So, from myself and my wonderful co-host, wish you a wonderful weekend and a fantastic week. And we'll see you all back here, 7:30 on Thursday. So, bye!
Bye. Oh, just for John's comment, he did his first vape show in 3 years on Sunday.
Awesome!
What was that on the Undesirables or that?
Yeah, where were it?
No.
No.
I was on the taboo for it.
Oh, I wanted to have a shove to you, that. Over on Twitch. Oh, awesome.
Well done, Sam.
And we're clear.